So it'll be Demi Chalkis in the 34 on pole and the 77 of Nick Gallant as they work their way out of turn number 11 onto the front straightaway, and the green flag is up. We're underway in the Sports Car Championship Canada presented by Michelin.
Demi Chalkis involved in a little bit of contact with a late race collision in this morning's race. It looks to be giving up that top spot and maybe second spot as well heading it through corner number 1.
Again, these drivers unclear as to how much traction they will have with the slick Michelin tires. So Demi deciding to err on the side of caution just a little bit. You see the black nose on that car. That is a brand new nose fitted up. The team work to try and make repairs to that car as the TCRs and TCAs start to pick up revs here on the front straightaway. LP Montour and Richard Boak lead them into turn number 1. Montour with a great jump. He'll go from outside to inside, and he'll lead them into turn number 1.
Oh, looks like the 52's gone just a little bit wide. Richard Boak and others starting to slip down the inside as they come through corner number 2, and we're underway in all classes now in the FEL Sports Car Championship Canada.
There is a story behind that number 29. You can see some black tape to the front corners of that car. LP Montour started on pole for race number 1. He admitted driver error. I made a mistake, he said. He hit the wall in turn number 11. First the inside wall, then the outside wall, causing significant damage to that car. So that crew has been thrashing to make repairs.
Good bit of shuffling at the front of the field with this TCR, LP Montour, Richard Boak, and that looked to be the 66 of Gary Kwok that had jumped up into 3rd position.
Yeah, you can see Gary Kwok hanging on to the back bumper of the 84 of Richard Boak, who did pick up the win. Look at Jack Polito up on the outside. Polito had a good run down that front straightaway in the GT4 class car. That Mustang flexing a little American muscle on the outside of the Mercedes AMG, and that's Olivier Montour, another one of the Volkswagen Golfs. He went for a big slide, and that looks like the entrance to turn number 8. Look at the skid mark, so all the way back to turn 7.
Drag race between the 22 and the 77. That is Jack Polito, who decides he had best tuck back in behind the 77 sideways, but a very light brush of the wall by Olivier Montour. More door-to-door action now. That is the 98 car of Mark Wilkins.
From the IMSA ranks, coming off a podium finish at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, as we take a look at the battle in the TCA class, and you can see those cars having a great dice. It looks like Hill is out in front once again in that one, as actually it's Eric Kuntz the last time they crossed the line of the 25. Hill, Vance, Atrell, your top 4 in the TCA class.
Back and forth battle between the 22 and the 77. It was Jack Polito at the line, but Nick Gallant is back out in front as they make their way into corner number 3. And the dice between the front 2 is allowing the 34 of Demi Chalkis and the 19 as Stefano Lucentu climb into this battle as well and make it a 4-car fight.
Dean Baker came into this event as your points leader in the 52. He's sort of mired in traffic, has to put on his work boots and get to work here. Now dives to the inside of Wilkins as the 66 of Kwok does smoke a little bit down on downshifts going into corner number 3. Some of the leaders work through those traffic, and that's when you'll see these high beams get flashed. And look at Lucent to the inside in the 19. Their side-to-side contact. Not often you see that in this division. It up before making good friends with the concrete on the exit of turn number 8, and here comes Marco Cerrone in the 82 to the inside of Kwok. So Kwok seems to be having some trouble. That car is smoking, under downshifting only, and Mark Wilkins is stuck behind that Honda Civic. He can't seem to get by.
Yeah, we wondered how the 19 is now along pit road. Stefano Lucente got past.
Oh, for the lead overall, and around goes the 77. Nick Gallant is up against the wall, not hard contact. He manages to refire and get it pointed in the right direction. 31 minutes left in this timed race, but contact with the 22 of Jack Polito.
Have a look at the replay. Jack Polito with the bold move up the inside has contact with the left rear of the 77 and gets that car turned around. Polito avoids it, takes the top spot. We'll see what the ruling is, and Trevor Hill again just misses Calamity.
He's currently sitting in 11th in class, but just being out there is a Herculean feat.
And there's a little fender rub from the 98 of Mark Wilkins saying, "Excuse me, I'm coming through," to Gary Kwok. He manages to get through, picked up a podium result in this morning's race as well.
Here's a look a little bit deeper in the field. That is Another one of the Kwok entries at 55 of Tom Kwok in a battle there with the Hyundai Elantra N TCR, the number 80 of Connor Atrell.
Way to end the day here for Bob Atrell. Great to see him back in the series after suffering an injury at a crash last year at GP3R.
As they head back out of turn number 11 onto the front straightaway, looking for green once again. 19 minutes left to go in this timed race.
And everyone in pursuit of the 22 of Jack Polito, the 34 of Demi Chalkas, the 77 of Nick Gallant, quickly getting around the other cars. That 29 car getting swallowed up, LP Montour, and we'll see if those three GT4 cars are going to fight as aggressively as they did in the early going. Jack Polito trying to put a stop to that by putting a bit of a gap between him and second place, but the fight for second looks like it's headed for corner number 3.
And it looks like it will be Nick Gallant in the 77, moves to the inside. That purple, yellow, and white Mercedes AMG will pick up second in GT4. Now he'll put the chase back on the 22 of Jack Polito. Does Nick Gallant have a memory as to what happened about 10 minutes ago in this race, sending him backwards in turn number 1? Demi Chalkas is going to slot into third position right now, just ahead of class leader Richard Boak in the TCR.
The fight in behind with LP Montour and Dean Baker is being waged right now. Montour trying to go up the inside. They rub fenders. Montour will take the spot in corner 3.
And Baker made contact with Montour on the entry of turn number 3. But look at this. As they dice together, it costs you so much in momentum. Marco Cerrone in the 82 was right there. And here comes Justin DiBenedetto to the inside. Not a place you'd normally see a move. That's on the inside of turn number 9. A little bit of side-to-side contact, and the move is complete.
I want to hear the story about this one in the pub afterwards. No, I made the pass to the inside of corner number 9. No one will believe it, but we just saw it happen. And oh, there's the 80 of Connor Atrell, who is hard up against the outside wall coming through corner 11. That is a big hit.
Move to the inside of Tomlinson. You can see he's on the outside of the 55 of Tom Kwok, and that's a one-groove area of the racetrack for sure. As we will see the checkered flag, double checkers here now for your race winner. Overall is the 22 of Jack Polito, so he does take the win here in the GT4 class. Richard Boak will come home the winner for the second time this weekend in the Blanchet Motorsports number 84. And here comes James Vance to cross the line in the 44, and he will win once again in the TCA class.